Oh, you came in for the interview? Yes, just sign in. I'll be with you in 1 second, dear. hmm Yes, so I know y'all caught that. So I did that on purpose. But nonetheless, if it's your first time watching, I'm your host, Jamie Leroyce, and you are watching a delicious episode of Virtual with a Twist, where we what? Leave you with a kiss. Mwah. And seeing that I'm here being so goofy and off the chain, I want to come in with a nice, cute little topic just to talk about not too much, but I just wanted to get my take on it. I seen another creator cover this topic, and he did a wonderful job, wonderful job. So I want to get my take on it because I feel the same way. I feel like I have a strong opinion as well, and like I said, I want to add too. So, with all of that theatrics going on in the intro, the title and the topic of this video is "Job Interviews Are a Humiliating Ritual." And while I solely agree and believe with the other creator and or believe just this whole statement and the whole is because it is all very much a performance. And what I mean by that is just think about it when you go in. You got to have this certain look. So whether you know how to put yourself together or not, or you know how to at least just tame your hair, make the face look like however, if you're gonna do like just basically like your appearance, like however you're gonna present yourself. Then the attire. So the clothes, they're trying to see, okay, cool, did you get a good job? Did she at least try? Is the so some get a little picky, but y'all get what I mean. I'm just giving an overview just to be realistic. So with that being said, I'm like, let me come about here. So with that being said, because I'm like, I could just talk to y'all a little closer. So with that being said, there is a lot of like little elements to when you're doing a job interview, and I think a lot would agree. And in the video with the other creator, what he was talking about was just what I'm breaking down to you guys is that it is like a humiliating ritual only because they already know what they want when you come in the door. And what I mean by that is if you're a male and they want a really a female, if you are a female but they really wanted a male, if you are, we're gonna go there. If you are vanilla or chocolate or in between, they already know that they wanted that before you got in there. So that's where the humiliation part comes in, is because how could you really say or put an ad out for a job posting or you guys need help, but you only fail to say and or let's be real, people can't even handle the truth and the realness. So could they really say like, oh, I want this job listening, but I only want females, but I want them to be like slender, medium, not too big of a build, and more on the natural side, but very, very feminine and easy and outgoing. You know what I mean? So let's be realistic. Like that's like really what sometimes people be really looking for. They be looking for something specific, but they don't have basically the balls to just go off and say it because some people can't handle the truth or they want to be professional. Okay, baby, we're gonna keep that word. We're gonna keep that word because we know we're gonna decode what professional means slash fake. So everyone knows the more professional you are slash fake for them, that's gonna be the ones that's gonna rise to the top. Them probably management executives or the person that can be late 3 out of the 5 days that y'all work. Okay, let's keep it real in the comments. All rise, all rise. Okay. And so you see me right here, I'm just referring to my notes. So with that being said, I feel personally, in my opinion, just from becoming a master of communication due to having to go on so many interviews, knowing, okay, maybe did I share too much in that one? Because this is early stages and this is just what anybody will go through. But since there's not really been a manual or hasn't been like how it is now where you could watch videos and you could watch how should you conduct yourself, how to not act so much, how to inquire on little things that you may want to know to see if they're open to more pay or it's just all kind of things that it's not taught in school when you think about it. That's all, we're gonna get to that. They don't teach it in school, but they'll send you into the real world and be like, oh, at 18, you should know how to go and interview and get a job. Like, oh, it's just a little McDonald's. Like, psh, it's a little Wendy's. It's a little, oh, the burger joint, or it's just a little grocery store and stuff. But nowadays, and some people know when it comes to grocery stores and certain little retailers, they have an assessment, boo. And if you don't answer that assessment according to AI or what the standard is that they're looking for, you're not even going to pass the assessment until you go to the round to even get an interview. So most people that have the talent to get through the assessments and get callbacks and things like that, kudos to you, baby, because that's another trick that they use too, just to like kind of hinder. But they'll say just to see if we have the right candidate. You know what I mean? So, with all that going on and all that being said, and like I said, with the video, or excuse me, the title of the video being like the job interview being a humiliation process or even ritual, is because you will put all of your energy into getting, yourself together, grooming yourself, whatever it is. Besides grooming yourself, you will also put your outfit together. Then also you're gonna either pack the rent gas or Uber or however you're gonna get there or your ride. So you did done all this preparation to meet this person that is gonna hopefully give you opportunity so you can make you some coins or make you some money. But you did all that work. The performance was good, meaning like how you greeted, how you was, everything, because it's all performance. And they still go with, oh, we're going to go with another candidate because of what I said in the beginning, because they already knew what they wanted before you came in. So we got that understood. Understood, class? Okay, understood. So now that, like I said, you're going through all these processes and things like that, you figure out like, okay, well, is it me? And that's why a lot of people, especially in the, I want to say since 2020, let's just say since COVID, the last 5 years, I feel like people have started to see that they feel like, is it me? Is it me? So it starts messing with like your self-esteem. It starts messing with like your self-worth. It starts messing with like your confidence and like just your abilities to even show up to be you or even do your job or your skill, your trade, whatever. So it's like a way to me, in my opinion, a way to kind of like I don't want to say dehumanize you, but I feel like it's like kind of like strips you and sucks you dry of like any type of like hope of basically making it, if you're going to depend on only solely like a job opportunity to give you work. Like, I'll just say it like that, because some people are still hell bent that they cannot figure out how to generate income for themselves or go and find a trade or a skill or something that they can learn, get some training in, and get them some work going. So it just depends on. But like I said, I'm not here and no one's here to judge. We're just talking about the realness of the job interview process being like a humiliation, like I said, ritual. Now, one thing I did want to talk about, and then I'm going to close out my video, and the reason why I know for this or could relate to this firsthand is because I would never get when I was working at the hospital, baby. We got a story time right here, real quick. And when I was working at the hospital, I remember I was over in the psych unit as one of the aides. So we were kind of like monitoring the patient. So we were kind of, it's all about being aware, that type of position. So I really wanted to get over into housekeeping because I was like, one, they had stupid overtime, like stupid overtime. And also it was easier. And then three, like I said, you could move around. Like me, I never really like to just have to just sit there and work that one floor all night. Like it used to be boring. And I'm like, mm-mm. And then like if they catch you sleeping or like say like if you off and like say like someone would attack, so it was just too much. Like when you know better and you get smarter, you're like, okay, cool, I'm gonna just be here just for a time being, then I'm trying to transfer. So that was my goal. So but in this instance, when I tell you the interview process was so humiliating because I did, I think, two interviews and then three and still never got it. But what happened was on the third time, what happened was it was a guy that I had knew, and we used to like know each other because he used to like the seductress, and he had helped me get in where I was then. So when it came down to doing the housekeeping thing, he had to kind of do the same thing, like kind of just put in the word and talk to the girl so she can get it. But I did have to interview like two or three times. But like I said, I had an interview with the saltine lady, and then I want to say it was a senorita too, just to be real, who had interviewed the first, like I said, the first interview and the second interview, and then after that it was the black chick who they had that was over the like other side, or I want to say the night, maybe the night crew. It was one of them where they had like three different like managers. It was like one that was over the day shift, one over swing, and one over grade. So she was over grade because I was trying to get to the grade slot because that was the per diem, the extra pay, the differential. Like that's where you want to be was graveyard, because that's where the money was. So all that to say, I had did those interviews and never got it into the end, but it was so humiliating to be like, damn, I'm doing good, like, or what's going on? Why ain't I getting it? And they didn't want to give it to me because one, they didn't really want to give it, and I wouldn't even have on nails and do all this. Like then, it was very much like a neutral. Like I was really in work mode, so I was complying to the dress code, everything, and like I said, I was just like, damn, for the life of me, I'm like, what is going on? Like, why can't I get in? That's why for even for myself being like a creative or being very like like talented, like to be able to express myself. That's why I'm so glad and thankful for like the advancement of technology and YouTube and different like platforms and just being able to, I guess, showcase your talent and connect with other people because it's sad that people do not want to talk about just the wickedness of corporate America or the wickedness of the job market. Because, like I said in the title, with the humiliation is especially like telling you that like, oh, you're not good enough, you're not this, you're not that, and but that's for their company, for their job. And then when you process like how America's ran and it's all business, you will see that you putting all your faith in the job interview for this other company, if you put all that into your worth, then and let that mess your self esteem, baby, you need to really go to therapy. But it's okay to get to the point of having the feeling of defeat because you had lost opportunity or they stripped it away from you making money. That's just a real human instinct. So we're not gonna get on that. But we're talking about like the ones who are putting all their faith in like, why don't they want to hire me? Why don't they this? Why don't they that? Now, we'll tell you this, and then I'm gonna get over to my closeout. We know that a lot of parents, especially if you were raised in like the late 80s and 90s, we know a lot of our parents did not tell us the real about like corporate, the real about work. It's just like when they would come home, they'd say X, Y, Z about work. Yeah, it was good, it was this, so they give you a little drama in the tea. But they never told you about how people will be judging you to even give you a job opportunity. They will also be doing things to make sure you keep you on your toes, or they'll do things to fire you or get you help you get fired, like keeping mess and stuff on. So it's like your parents didn't teach you about that because no one taught them. So that's a lot of like missing too, like when it comes to like teaching and parenting and all sorts of stuff. Because when it comes to the job market, it really was always strategic. So that's what makes it so humiliating because it's always been strategic. So like I said, I want to move over to my closeout because I don't want to go too long. So my closeout in this is that with it being a humiliating ritual, the best thing and the good best advice I would say is be your own like job that you could interview at. Meaning like give yourself the opportunity to put all of that love and that passion and everything you want into you. Now mind you, if you have to get a job or a gig or something just to sustain because of like whatever's going on, by all means use all your resources and do what you need to do. Now mind you, right now a lot of people are feeling the heat, but corporate and companies know this. So this is just something that you have to navigate because in the 2025 we just don't know where all this shit came from. But we could say that none the least is that you have to just pray one for the best. I want to say think positive and hope for the best. And also, like I said, always be networking, always be moving, always be making the next move and or planning an exit or the next thing you can do. You know what I mean? It's not just about filling out job applications all day and calling to get callbacks. No, it's about also looking at, okay, little programs or, hey, can I go be a nurse aide? Or, hey, can I, something that's going to not take too much time if you can pass a background and get in. And then if you can't pass a background, you may have to like alter, like, hey, can I get on the Instacart or DoorDash and just do something, but if you can't, all you could do is just look for like resources and I want to say different things to do it. And I know that kind of sounds cliche, but that's all the advice a person could give because if they don't know you specifically, like the setbacks or certain things you may have to deal with, they don't know how to really give full advice. So that's why it may sound a little general and vague, but I just want to be realistic enough to just keep it 100 without any backlash and shade. Now, if anybody gets rude in the class, they will be blocked and deleted out of the class. So that's just fairness. That's fairness. All rise, class. So, like I said, I'm going to close out on this video. And like I said, it was the title job interviews are a humiliation ritual. And we would definitely agree with that. And the other creator that had posed this topic. And we want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And like I said, if this is your first time watching, I am your host, Jamie LaRoyce, and you just watched a beautiful episode of Virtual-WIT-A-Twist where we what? Leave you with a kiss. Mwah. See you on the next one, sweetie.